Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan, Miyazaki Man Sai here. I've just listened to Arne Slot's press conference and I loved it for many different reasons. But there's a few crucial points I want to pick up on because it's very fascinating. His interpretation of the role, of the formation, what he spoke about, the way he speaks as well. Brings me back to the Rafa Benitez days, but more eloquent, more natural English. Obviously the Dutch English as opposed to the Spanish English. However, let's get straight into it. Here comes the shiny one.
From Sky Sports. Arne, Jurgen, when he arrived, said he was the normal one. How would you describe yourself?
He's the shiny one, obviously.
I think it's not about what I tell you now. It's more special what Jurgen did to this club. So when he arrived, he said he was the normal one. But I think what made him special is the impression he left behind.
Left a great impression.
Winning trophies, of course, but his playing style, I think the fans loved it. So. Maybe he said it was the normal one, but I think the fans see him differently. Maybe not as a person, but what he did for the club was more than normal. Let's put it that way.
He took the attention away from himself. So it's obvious to see Arne Slot has great admiration and respect for Jurgen Klopp, and Jurgen Klopp has had a word to say with Arne Slot as well. They've got a mutual respect, maybe even a friendship brewing in the background as well. He's going to take a lot of lessons because Klopp's been here for many years, a very successful tenure as well. But a good thing to see is Arne Slot handles the media really well, wouldn't you say?
And with the window open, we will always be opportunistic if we can. If we can improve certain areas as we go, we will look to do that.
And that is exactly what I wanted to hear, because that gives confirmation straight away that they're looking at problem areas, not problem areas, but areas of weakness in comparison to the opposition clubs. Like you're looking at Manchester City, Rodri, they've got real strength and depth in the defensive midfield positions. And as we spoke with Redmen TV's Steve Hoare, we're not filled with an abundance of defensive-minded midfielders. Wataru Endo, yes, of course. Alexis McAllister had to play a position there, but not really natively. Curtis Jones could in an emergency as well. You used to have Joel Matip step into that void as well. Konate kind of steps there, breaches from defence as well. But no real destroyer or anchorman or deep-lying playmaker to play alongside Wataru Endo. So that could be a position that we're looking at as well. Also that Mo Salah replacement. Richard Hughes intimated alongside Arne Slot. We're looking to improve the players on the pitch, squeeze that extra juice out of them, improve them in tactics, in training, in methodology, in ways of thinking, but also bring in reinforcements where needed in problem positions. That's music to my ears because we love a good transfer, right?
I think as a manager, and everybody knows, it helps even more if you win most of your games. Playing style is not so much different, so we both like.
I like that a lot. He's an intelligent man, well-spoken man. He knows you've got to build a rapport with the fans, get on board with the fans, build that relationship. But the most important thing is winning, because if you win, the fans will naturally come on that journey with you. Winning almost is the be-all and end-all in terms of creating that legacy and a good reputation and a good relationship, because there's no way that, anyone's going to badmouth your own supporters or anything like that. But if you're winning, if you're a winner, then naturally people will follow what you say more. It's the same as YouTube, right? High subscriber count, high view count, whatever. The bigger you appear to be, it's probably for a reason as well. You've probably done it for a long time, to be honest, because this channel is the channel of substance and abundance, right? Anyway, you saw Football Manager pop up at the bottom. I bought it because it's 50% off half price. I've played like 8 games this season, 100% winning record. Arne Slot should follow my formation. I'll bring it up shortly. I mean, wow, look at that. What a manager with the neon pink. Is that a silver spot there? Sign of things to come. Now, hang on a second, I thought I had a 100% winning record. What? Oh my goodness, it was that dodgy 2-2 with Burnley, wasn't it? Bear with me a second. I got done in by the long ball. I am so good at wing play, but my goodness, long ball done me in. Anyway, still second in the league. I can still go top of the table because I've played a game less than everyone else. And look at those results right there. I have battered absolutely everyone. Scraped by versus Chelsea. I had Joe Gomez marching up and down the right wing and assisting Darwin Núñez for a hat-trick. They don't know what hit them. Surprise inverted for Joe Gomez. Yeah, bloody Burnley. Anyway, I'm deservedly top of the league. I'll tell you about trans. I do love my Mazzala players. Hassan Ouedraogo, my scouts spotted him. He is coming. He would be a superb signing for me. 17 years old, but look, technique, dribbling, first touch, agility, determination. He will do very nicely. I loaned him back. And my major signing was Antonio Silva from Benfica. Big 43 million transfer. He is going to be my replacement for Joel Matip, because Joel Matip will be leaving on a free. And I signed Alan Velasco as well. This guy looks like an exciting young winger, attacking midfielder as well. He has top dribbling, the technique. That's what I really care about. Dribbling, technique, passing you can work on. Finishing will get there as well. But ultimately, the determination to dribble with techers. Vision. So yeah, all in all, we're doing good. But I digress. Let's get back to Arne Slot's interview.
If they're old or young, that doesn't matter that much. But it's always nice for a club and also nice for a team that young players come through the ranks.
And that's the feeling I get of Arne Slot, right? He gets it. He really, really gets it. If you're good enough, you're old enough. And vice versa. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're good enough, you'll play. Great news for Endo, by the way. He's a young 30. He's got lots of legs left in him, by the way. I think, for example, Stefan Bajcetic will get a huge opportunity. Harvey Elliott will get an opportunity to establish himself. Fabio Carvalho, we looked at in training. Connor Bradley will compete with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Can't believe that Trent is like senior, right? He's still so young. All these players will have a chance to shine. Ben Doak coming back into the fold. Jayden Danns will get minutes here and there. Don't know what will happen with Kumas. We'll get loaned out. We'll get an opportunity as well. James McConnell in the midfield. Troy Enyoni. Nallo at the back. Everyone will have a part to play. Carabao, Carling Cup, EFL, all that kind of stuff. Arne Slot is great at bringing through young players, and if they play well, and if it the tactics and the attributes that he's looking for that position, for that function, they will play. I love to hear it. Now I'm going to start paraphrasing here because you've probably watched the interview yourself. But what I really, really like is Arne Slot keeps referring back to the training videos, the training montage, training footage that he has seen because he's really, really into training. He is a man's man in terms of training and getting hands-on the pitch. He used to be a player, attacking midfielder, by the way, which is why you'll get the most out of Darwin Núñez. I digress a little bit, really interesting fact. But he really will get hands-on, and he's that next crop, that next generation of coaches. Klopp alluded to it himself, right? He's not an old dinosaur stuck in the old ways like Mourinho. Mourinho would win Liverpool League, by the way. I'll do a different video on that. Arne Slot has creative ideas, and a beautiful thing about Arne Slot, right, is unanimously René Meulenstein, right, former Man United coach, Dick Advocaat, Ruud Gullit, Van Basten, all the Eredivisie, unanimously sing the praises of Arne Slot's sexy football, attractive football, exciting football, attacking football. He's got the tactical mindset. He's not like Erik ten Hag, who comes from a different part of Holland and is stuck in his ways of being a little bit more cold, a little bit more distant, a little bit more ruthless and direct. Erik ten Hag's English is not as good as Arne Slot's English, by the way. This is a man who's well respected for his tactical acumen, and he said as well, he's looking forward to getting to know the players personally, but more getting to know the players as players, what they can do for Arne Slot in Arne Slot's system, in the slot machine system, because he will make the ruthless decisions. I think this is the man who has his reputation on the line, who wants to make an impact, inheriting a quality squad from Jurgen Klopp, but being his own man and wanting to add his own essence and flavour. He will not be afraid to drop Van Dijk, to drop Trent Alexander-Arnold, to bench Gakpo for an extended period, to say, Núñez, you need to fire or you're out. He will make sure that Liverpool's a success because it's reflected glory in himself. And as I said, history is written by the winners, and if he wins, everyone will come on side. And he's a cheerful chap, and he's a smiley guy, and he's a great looking guy. He's the shiny one, baby. And then Arne Slot goes on to dismiss the head coach narrative, right? Not the manager, the head coach. He talked about calibration. Basically, it's a calibration of people. Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, and Arne Slot, a combined force to make sure Liverpool are best placed in terms of personnel, infrastructure to succeed as well. He talked about in Europe, it's set up this way. Not many managers have full control of the entire thing. Even Pep Guardiola has the finance men to talk to above him. And then he talked about the pressures from inheriting the squad from Jurgen Klopp, looking after Liverpool after Jurgen Klopp. And he said it doesn't really concern him because he's got his own chapter to write, which is exactly the way it should be, right? What it means is he's inherited a great squad, the best handover, I've talked about it previously, the best handover possibly in football history. This Liverpool squad is set to succeed, long-term sustained success, and I think Arne Slot is well placed to do it as well. He's been picked for a reason because his football is slightly similar, not identical but slightly similar, and the philosophies are similar to Jurgen Klopp as well. And a very, very interesting thing is he already acknowledges that the fans singing his name is a good start for him. He's got that cheeky, chappy smile. What a sweet guy. I'm really looking forward to his tenure. He said, however, there's lots of quality in the squad. He's inherited a quality squad. What I don't want that to translate to is seeing all the players in pre-season and leaving it too late to chase the transfer targets that will make a difference because of the fact that we do have a good squad. We do have good players, but the transfers will only add to that mix. It's not Football Manager. I like my Football Manager, by the way. Just won the next game. there will be an opportunity for players to come in and state their claim. But it's not easy to make relationships. It's not easy to build a rapport, tactically fit in as well. You've got to find the right player. And this is what the scouts and the technical directors and all the infrastructure is there for. You can't just chop and change, send out all of the players you think are aging. Robertson can be replaced, can get better. Endo can be replaced, will get better. Van Dijk is aging a bit. Alisson, let's find the next wonder kid. No one's saying that Alisson's best in the world. That kind of thing, right? No, you have to keep the core there. That's one of the consistent success factors of Jurgen Klopp's reign, keeping the core players there. Sadio Mane was there a long time. Roberto Firmino, Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah, right? Van Dijk coming in making difference. Alisson coming in making difference. Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum, or Milner, all the players being there. You get a consistent feel and a winning mentality. And after they won it all, that was the next chapter to be written to win it all. And then a few things was mentioned next. Richard Hughes really was attracted to Arne Slot's football. He thought it was the most attractive football to watch. He loves Arne Slot's sexy football. He's all about the shiny one. Arne Slot is the one for Liverpool as dictated by Richard Hughes, and Michael Edwards probably signed it off. That is his biggest endorsement you can get, that he likes his philosophy and his playing style, and we are in for a treat as well because Richard Hughes has many connections. He's probably watched lots and lots of managers. That means Slot over Amorim, Slot probably over Alonso possibly. We'll never know. And additionally, Arne Slot, when posed a question around Pep Guardiola, what's it going to be like to face him, Arne Slot dismissed it and said, Guardiola is just one of the many managers I'm looking forward to. He didn't particularly name drop them, but put your wits up against Sean Dyche, put your wits up against Eddie Howe, Mikel Arteta, the battle of the bolds with Ten Hag. Actually, there's so many bolds nowadays, right? But I like it. Slot doesn't care if you're Guardiola or Sean Dyche. A bold is a bold, and he'll take them all on and butt them. Tactically, of course. Unless, someone insults his sister, then it's going to be that Zidane, push, on Marco Materazzi, posh. And he was posed a question around Cody Gakpo performing in the World Cup, wanting him to do slightly worse than Netherlands, crash out, and then they come back and he'll have Van Dijk and Gakpo as well. But he's a staunch supporter of the national team, and he wants Gakpo and Van Dijk and all the internationals to do well, as you might want, as a national of that country. However, in terms of tactics and where Gakpo will play, for example, or where Darwin Núñez will play, for example, or where Trent Alexander will play, for example, he wants to have the talks with the players before he releases to the media. But additionally, it's dictated by the players you have in your current squad. It doesn't matter internationally where they play, because internationally it's a different set of players under a different philosophy, under a different technical setup. Unfortunately for all England players playing under Gareth Southgate, my goodness, what is that load of garbage. I think Gakpo will play from the left, but occasionally transition behind the forwards or as the centre forward, because Núñez likes to come in from the left and Gakpo likes to cut in from the right into the central positions anyway. So it's a natural fit to go round and round and merry-go-round we go. And throw Diaz in there to cut inside and go round, and Jota up front to go to the left and go round and round and round, because we've only got Salah for the right wing anyway. And then I love the question from Chris Pajak from Redmen TV around, will he be shaping the system around the players it's currently got, or is there some non-negotiables in terms of formation? And then Arne Slot answered it in the most emphatic, the best way possible. And this is what I want to talk about as well. I've had previous comments in the comment wall below, or obviously comment as well on this video, and let me know your thoughts on my interpretation of that interview as well. But it's more about system than formation. It's more about philosophy and playing style and what you're trying to achieve, right? He even mentioned he would have backed himself. He would have hoped that people noticed it's more of a 4-3-3, especially in transition, than a 4-2-3-1, because he doesn't play with double pivot. They play progressive midfielders who attack the space, especially in transition, but they keep to the verticals, the right sides that they're currently on, and don't switch the play too much. But on defense, hopefully there is not a lot of freedom, because it's very compact. So he gets the players into prominent areas and make sure they are well drilled and know what they need to do to progress into the advanced positions to make the most of that winning situation and turning it into a game-winning scenario. You've got to achieve your game-winning scenarios as often as possible in a match in order to achieve a good result. Balance of probabilities, right? But I love it. He understands around the system, the philosophy, what he's trying to achieve, and getting the players into those positions. It's not about formation. Sometimes it's 4-2-3-1, sometimes 4-3-3, sometimes he mentioned 4-1-4-1. I think we will see 4-1-4-1 a lot. I will go into the tactics board in another video on that. Great question, great answer. The most impressive thing about this whole interview with Richard Hughes and Arne Slot, both of these two in particular, is I'm really enjoying to hear what they're actually saying. There is substance and abundance in what they are saying. Arne Slot specifically mentioned after watching the Euros, he really understands as a footballing man how important it is for a group of players to train regularly and get used to each other's patterns of play, getting used to and familiarizing themselves with the play style, making that bond, making sure that they can train together and understand that intrinsically, a snap decision, what your partner in crime, what your person up front, what your person at the side of you, behind you is going to do. Training, building a rapport and a relationship is vital. You need that core group of players who know absolutely when they're going to make that run, when to play that pass, hold on up for a second longer. Intelligent shadow backing, supporting your player. It's about building a winning team. And when Arne Slot gets his hands on this group of players in training, because he is hands-on, he's a man of tactics, he's a man of substance in abundance, it'll be great to see. I really want to see the Liverpool machine, the Slot machine, up and running in full capacity sooner than later. Bed in the transfer, give him as much pre-season as possible. We know that Graven Birch and Watado Endo came in late last season, but they still had their impact last season because that's the type of players and the mentality, shining through mentality monsters. I want to see that as well. But Arne Slot is really well spoken. He's a clever man. He's jovial. He's got a nice smile. He's a cheeky chappy as well, inferring to Dutch, wanting the Dutch to do well, knock out England, for example. It's going to be a fun time. Support Slot. Give him everything you got. Heart on the sleeve. I think he's the right man for the dugout. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Miyazaki man, Ichiban. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you smash a like. The like really helps. Wanted to get this video as soon as possible. Hope you guys enjoyed. Liverpool fan in Japan. Until next time, Janet means cheers.